Let's see what's up with King Mo, man.
And Friday night shooting at this Jane and Wilsner parking lot in West Toronto has turned deadly. Police confirm 20-year-old Mohammed So died of his injuries in hospital Saturday night. 4 others were injured. So appears to have gone by the name King Mo.
He did. He did. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me like the video.
What the fuck?
RP King Mo. Shit.
Originally of Guinean background, Mohammed So was born in New York on February.
Okay, my boy from New York. Alright, damn. My boy was a fucking baby.
Yeah, 2 years after he was born, 2 years after me.
Another little nigga right here. Damn. 99, nigga, I was about 9.
I was born 97.
I was probably like 8.
February 10th, 1999. The So family immigrated to Canada in 2000, first settling in Montreal and then Toronto in 2006, where they became active in the city's Guinean community. With no siblings to lean on, Mohammed felt a responsibility to take care of his parents and give back. He would always say, "I'm an only child, and I have to do what's best for my parents." In school, not only was he a student athlete, but Mohammed
Nigga said, I gotta do what's best for my
Nigga
parents.
turned to a street nigga.
You don't know what he did. You can't assume nothing yet. You ain't see it, did you?
No.
Yeah, so don't assume nothing. I mean, we gonna assume he is. They got a story on him. Of course, we gonna assume he got it on terms of something.
Yeah.
But you don't want to make no assumptions and you don't know what you're talking about.
Allegedly.
Yeah, you gotta just watch it. That's why I don't say shit to the end.
to do what's best for my parents.
Cause he dead, he young and shit, but he probably was stepping. So he probably was wilding. Or he probably wasn't. Like we seen this shit earlier. You remember son said, follow the kick, y'all. Yeah, follow the kick. We've been doing only 5 niggas there. We about to go YouTube after this probably. Well, I might leave that Rondo sleep. He been on there 7 hours.
In school, not only was he a student athlete, but Mohammed was known as someone who looked out for others. He took care of kids he barely knew and gave them money to buy freezies, one friend recalled. Mo made sure I was going to school, said another friend who grew up with him, but did not want to be named. Mo wanted what was best for me. He was there to make sure I made the right decision. He was more like a mentor and a brother. Although his former classmates have nothing but great things to say about him, Mo was silently going through his own struggles. During middle school, he got involved with the wrong crowd. They tried to frame him for stealing a t-shirt at a Walmart by putting it into his backpack. Mohammed took the blame to avoid angering them. Security footage showed he didn't steal the shirt, but he ended up having to report to police and attend a few days of counseling as a result. The incident didn't break Mo's spirit as he went on to graduate from Runnymede Collegiate Institute in 2017. He was unsure of which career path to pursue, so he began an international relations program at York University, but didn't like it and left, saying he needed more time to figure out his future. He worked at Pearson International Airport for a bit, but ultimately decided to pursue a career in music. He formed his own label, called Came From Nothing, and began rapping under the name King Mo.
Put the 40 to your face, splash, make the nigga do the reach. I ain't tryna catch a case, but these niggas wanna walk with it. Yeah, they show me love, but I know that shit be fake. Cause when you making money moves, niggas gon' hate. Mama says she want a car, yeah, she needs the latest. So you ready to roll? Tell me nigga, are you bout it? Smart nigga, I'm heartless. I should've done with the college. I need him on the phone, yeah.
The label heavily reps 7 Block, which sits on the corner of Jane and Woolner. Living just a few minutes away on Jane and St. Clair Avenue West, Mo often found himself lingering in the once troubled neighborhood.
Results in the gun lifestyle is incarceration or death. I've been a man that I've been shot 3 times. I put in work. I've been around people that put in work. And some of my people that they're not even here today because work got put in on them.
Real shit.
Not even here today because work got put in on them. I reaped what I sowed. I idolized the gun life. I lived the gun life. I get locked up. My son's growing up in the neighborhood. People are telling him stories of what his father did this and his father did that.
all that do is make a nigga want to live up to that. Yeah, your dad was a gangster, yo. That's why I want to move and have my son so far away from this shit. God forbid anything happen to me. Ain't none of these niggas, hood, stupid niggas around the way. Yo, your father was a demon, yo. I don't want none of that shit, bro. That shit just gonna make a little nigga feel like, yeah, that shit in me. Like, pause. That was crazy. That was crazy. I'm gonna take a shot.
So my son stories of what his father did this and his father did
After
that.
this video.
So my son knew Wagga as his father. My son walked in my footsteps that I left. And because he walked in those footsteps at 19, my son lost his life. Got shot 17 times in a hotel room.
That was a setup.
When the topic of gangs in Toronto is discussed, the crews often brought up are the Driftwood.
That was a setup, man. 17 times in a hotel room?
Yeah. Drop, so. Had to be. It had to be. How else would niggas know you in the hotel room?
Exactly.
Had to be a drop.
Your
Back
room
door.
number, your exact room number. Come on.
Back door.
Crips, Galloway Boys, or even the Jamestown Crips. But within these towers that sit on the corner of Jane and Woolner, homed one of the most violent street gangs in the city that only a few have heard of. The main crew inhabiting the area were the Southside Gators, as well as their subset, the Junior Gators. The gang was founded in the early 1990s by predominantly West Indian immigrants. Members would commonly sport some article of green clothing or standard green army fatigues to show affiliation with the crew. Although most members are of West Indian or African descent, members of notorious transnational Hispanic gangs, such as the Latin Kings and MS-13, have been known to frequent the Woolner apartments, suggesting an affiliation. The Gators' aggression towards both the Bloods and the Crips in the west end of the city was evident from conception, with members violently confronting active gang members from both factions within their own neighborhood and later displacing a local Crip set from Martha Eaton Way. What began as a form of protection against roaming neighborhood Blood and Crip gangs quickly turned into the aggressors in most conflicts, and thus, the Gators gained a reputation as being extremely violent and confrontational.
The first day of summer starts off with a series of raids across the GTA and in the city's West End. Police announcing this morning they've taken down a large portion of a street gang with international ties. 70 people were arrested after an early morning blitz that involved about 800 officers. And the individuals arrested are alleged to be part of...
Nigga said 800 officers, nigga. 70-some people arrested. That sound like just like the shit they doing out here.
800 officers. And the individuals arrested are alleged to be part of the 5 Point Generals, a gang that is said to operate...
You get locked up with 70 niggas, bro, and them niggas is your co-defendants. If them niggas is all co-defendants, at least 70 niggas, nigga. At least 30 of them niggas is telling. You got 70 niggas on your case. If they not individual, because remember when I got caught up in that sweep, that drug sweep, we wasn't like co-defendants. They were just an indictment full of people, so we wasn't all co-defendants. But if niggas is co-defendants, because they couldn't link us as co-defendants, because niggas don't, like, niggas don't link me with these niggas over that side of the street. We just all got caught up in one big sweep of selling crack. But nah, nigga, if niggas is 70 co-defendants, nigga, 30 niggas is snitching. I'm telling you.
I
say
40.
I don't got faith in 69 other people.
I say 40.
Yeah, I don't got faith. Maybe 50, nigga. Maybe 60, nigga. Shit, nigga. 70, nigga.
Everybody going down?
50, 68 of them niggas might tell, nigga. I don't know, nigga. You never know.
Nigga sell 70.
Scared of death.
In 2008, the Gators were involved in a deadly turf war with several crews along the west end of the city, including the Driftwood Gangsta Killers, Pelham Park Bloods, and the Complex Gangsters, but their most infamous feud would be with the notorious 5 Point Generals. It is reported the Rivalry was responsible for 8 homicides that year alone, and those are just the ones confirmed. With the two factions being
8 in a year. You know they was coming. Pause. Yeah, you know the people was on their way. 8 in 1 year.
In a year,
Nigga, you
So
lucky
that's
they ain't
like-
come.
that's like
Yo, you ain't lucky,
month, right?
bro. Every maybe 1, maybe 2 in every what the fuck is 12 months? Man, listen, there's 3 niggas and every niggas is just dying, bro. 8 niggas dying, bro. I ain't about to be doing math. Niggas is dying though. That's crazy. That's a lot for one gang on beef. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like after like 3, 4, man, sometime after 1 over here, they sweeping the whole hood.
Yeah.
Especially if it got something to do with some gang shit. But nigga, 8, nigga.
y'all niggas going
Well,
down.
I ain't gonna lie, nigga.
Over here?
The feds in there. The feds over here, nigga. They ain't letting to get the 8.
They gonna be like, oh,
One
y'all
might-
niggas is on
one-
demon time.
You got 1, they might wait. They might be like, nah. Let them niggas catch like 2 more.
They gonna feel like they gonna.
Nah, pause. They like, let them catch like 2 more. 3 is real. All right, we get 3, we could get them. We could get them all. We could sit them all down forever. We get you get 3. Yeah, it's something we could do. 8. Nah.
These
Toronto
niggas, what
dusty.
do they buy?
Toronto want niggas to die. They wait the niggas to get 8 bodies to do a sweep. They want niggas to die.
So they caught 3. They do.
We don't want
caught
them. Well,
3
listen though, I want y'all to know this. We don't want them to do no sweeps.
at all.
I don't want no sweeps.
Look, but they did 3, right?
What you mean?
They caught 3 M's, right?
It's an 8
No,
between
I'm saying,
both games.
No, I'm saying, look, they caught 3 M's, right?
Uh-huh.
The feds are still looking at the niggas like, okay.
We ready to get them, and then they just turn.
They was like, wait, nah. 5 more dropped, and they was like, nah, go get them little niggas.
hey, little them niggas look grown as hell.
Home within 10 minutes of one another. The violence would come as no surprise to investigators.
Them
The
niggas
murder
said,
started.
nigga, lock up niggas' dads when you go to the house. 70 people. Niggas, some
They
niggas.
said 800
You
officers.
know, some niggas probably ain't having nothing to do with nothing. And that's why they wait too. So it's gonna be a bunch of bodies. They grab up a whole bunch of niggas that ain't never put in no work. They know they gonna snitch. That's what they do out here. I'm talking from over here perspective, cause I don't know what they do out there.
Started in fall of 2008 when Egg West Crip member Stephen Barton, aka Frost, was shot near York Square. Less than 24 hours later, a drive-by would take place on Highway 401, which ended with a body being dumped from one of the moving vehicles. The slayings drew some police attention as they cited the 2 incidents were most likely related, but things calmed down and the police chief thought that was that. But it wouldn't be until the start of the new year when bodies would really start dropping. It started in January when Kevin Boating, aka Casa, a suspected Gator, was stabbed outside an old Weston Road home. Jamel Grant, who police believe was a 5 Point General member, was shot and killed at a Weston Road bar the next month. After that, Daniel De Silva, aka Dizzle, a 22-year-old Portuguese man who police say had gotten into drug dealing, was robbed and shot inside his luxury BMW SUV. A 5 Point General was arrested for his murder. Then there was Danny Lewis, aka Goon, who was shot and killed off Keel Street. He was Frost's best friend. The gun that killed him was dropped in a dumpster at a youth center where he'd sought help writing a resume earlier in the year. A day later, Omar Waite, a Gator, was gunned down nearby. 10 days after that, Adrian Johnston, a 14-year-old Gator associate, was shot in a field near Woolner Avenue, still wearing his school uniform. The casualties caught the eye of Toronto's chief of police at the time, Bill Blair, who made Weston the new front in his force's war on gangs. The spike was unprecedented, what the chief called unheard of. The deaths made up 1/3 of Toronto's total, and twice the number of nearby Jane and Finch, which often earned the distinction of being the city's violent crime capital. Fast forward to 2011, raids were executed and trial was on its way. A judge sentenced one member to 13 years in prison after police seized from his Egg West apartment 9 weapons, crack cocaine, 2 pit bull dogs, and believe it or not, a 4-foot alligator, which police said was the club mascot. Many of those arrested during
That nigga was a Gator for real.
the raids received similar sentences, while a handful were deported. Since the mass arrests of the Jane and Woolner OGs, youngsters from the block have adopted group names they've heard of, keeping the gang.
How the fuck they get that shit in the cage? Who put that that shit in the cage.
These is hood niggas, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
These is hood, right, chat? These is supposed to be hood niggas.
You know, supposedly you usually see 8 niggas dead. Nigga, these niggas is
These is hood niggas, right?
Crocodile Dundee head ass niggas.
Did y'all get the gator from?
You gonna find a gator. It ain't hard to find them, but who put the shit in the cage? That's what I want. Who picked that shit up and put it in the cage? Them niggas think they Crocodile Dundee head ass niggas. What's going on, man? Nigga wildin', nigga.
Yeah. Nigga say, yo, one of these niggas come to this crib, we gonna put this gator right on them.
Gang's legacy alive, but with little organization or formality, internal feuds have sparked, causing many of the crews to split. The drug and gang activity within Jane and Woolner slowly dissipated since 2008, when the violence was at its peak, but one horrific night in the summer of 2020, more than a decade later, would leave many questioning if a long-standing gang rivalry was reigniting.
Returning now to the breaking news we're following this hour. 3 people have been injured in a shooting near Jane and St. Clair. For more on this, let's bring in CP24's Beatrice Baseman, who has just arrived there at the scene. Beatrice, police were telling us this is a large crime scene they're investigating.
It is, Courtney. This parking lot area of this strip mall has been shut down by police. You can see one officer right now shining his flashlight through the parking lot. He's looking for shell casings, any evidence related to this triple shooting that happened here. It was just after 10:20.
Friday, July 10th, 2020, Toronto police were called to a plaza at 251 Woolner Avenue at 8:17 p.m. Police say a dark-colored SUV approached the parking lot and at least one person started indiscriminately shooting at people who were gathered there. Surveillance footage obtained by CTV News Toronto showed multiple people, including a child, ducking behind vehicles to avoid being hit. In total, 5 people were injured. 3 were taken to a hospital by paramedics, and 2 others made their own way to hospital to seek medical treatment. King Mo was one of the many people congregating in the plaza parking lot. The night of the shooting, he told his parents he would be playing basketball with some friends as he had been doing every Friday during the pandemic. Mo's mother said he would normally drive to the court, but that Friday evening, he didn't. Around 11:45 p.m. that same night, King Mo's friends knocked on his parents' door, distraught, and informed them he'd been shot and taken to the hospital. By the time his parents arrived to the hospital, Mo had succumbed to his injuries. He was the city's 36th murder victim of 2020. The 37th would be Malvern-based rapper Gleesh, who was shot at STC that same night. King Mo's case received immediate attention, but for the wrong reasons. His near-decade-old mugshot from when he was wrongfully accused of shoplifting was used as the identification image for his news story.
At 3 a.m., they asked for photo to put on the news.
The grief-stricken mother of 21-year-old Sidi Mohammed So is still in disbelief that 2 police officers showed up at her door at 3 Sunday morning, just 9 hours after her son died in hospital.
They said it's very important that we give them a picture they're gonna put in the news, otherwise they might put a mock shot which we won't like. And I just said, right now is not a good time. You see my husband, he's gonna drop dead. He already on the floor. Can you just please leave?
The family had many photos of their son, but says the time was inappropriate. And while the officers left their business cards, the family did not hear back from anyone the next day.
Local news stations were hit with intense backlash, forcing them to change the image. Fortunately for Mo's family, they received brighter news a month later, on Friday, August 21st, when members of the Emergency Task Force, 12 division officers and homicide investigators arrested and charged Malik Francis Taylor with first-degree murder.
Verno, you spazzing. Run on your block like broad day. Ooh, you niggas never seen it.
Malik Francis Taylor, better known by his rap name MK So Alive, range from the notorious Pelham Park Gardens, which housed the first blood set in Toronto. With Pelham situated just 10 minutes away from the Southside Gators, it would be no surprise to hear the two factions had their fair share of feuds. The Pelham Park Bloods was a small yet powerful gang that was first known as the Young Thugs. They were formed in the early 90s and consisted mainly of young Caribbean and African Canadian youths. By the early 2000s, most of the members had died, while some had been incarcerated or deported. The last remaining consists of hardcore criminals who have been known to recruit members as young as 8 years old, who are then used in peddling drugs in the suburbs, schools, and even rural areas of Toronto. MK, who throughout his near-decade-long rap career heavily repped the Pelham Park label, even donning red bandanas in a few of his videos. Although his bars paint himself as a hardened trapper, he has no prior history of violence or general criminality, and while there are blocks of history dating back decades, there is no known connection between MK and King Mo. It has now been 4 years since that incident, and trial has yet to start, leaving many with unanswered questions. Was King Mo the intended target? Was MK the gunman? Both men not only had talent, but were rising in a small yet niche underground scene. Do you think some beef can get in the way of that?
Damn, that's how this shit end? Damn, oh man, damn. Well, that's that. Like, comment, subscribe. Shit.